Good morning and welcome to the Nosrocker Morning Review. I'm Nosrocker. It is the morning. We're going to review. It's Monday morning. Had a little bit of a weekend of StarCraft. There was a lot of good ESL as well, which we should probably touch on briefly. Zerg are dominating in Europe and in North America, as they should be, being the skill-based race. I'm just kidding, guys. Yeah, they're all based skill, whatever. It was good. There were a lot of good games. I ended up watching a lot more than I played because it was the grand finals. Two continents worth of grand finals, which were dope. Yeah, CVT is just super fun to watch, and ZVP is enlightening to watch. It's such a different game when people are like efficient, you know? You don't get these crazy death balls that I end up running into against Protoss. Or if you do, they're countered by pretty decent Zerg death ball. Everything looks so much more balanced when I watch people who know how to play the game. Interesting how that is. Quick little stat thing. We'll do the stats for the Monday. Where's the stats button? Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is what we got. Last week we ended with the whole idea that we played no games and our MMR didn't move. So we played more games and our MMR moved, went up. Can you believe it? I don't know what happened on Saturday. Apparently I was very fast, but I went back down to normal. ABM doesn't matter, obviously, but it's a fun chart to have up there. It's a nice little stat. I don't know what spending quotient average is, but it's getting better over time. I think it's just efficiency is what it is. And what else do we got? Oh, you can kind of see this. It's right at the bottom. Oh, I didn't notice this, actually. My ZVP win rate has gotten above 50. You know what that is? That's because of the hatch and the natch. My sneaky trick. It's still under 50 globally, though. 47 no, so it's creeping up. We're getting a little bit better at dealing with the Protoss. In case you missed hatch and the natch, putting the hatchery in the natural of the Protoss kind of fucks them up. It definitely delays their economy, and it kind of helps make up for me being bad at the game. But I kind of stopped doing it because it's not crazy effective, and it puts us both behind, but I think it gives me a bit of an advantage. I don't know how long that'll last, though. It might not matter much in like master and stuff. Coffee. Oh. So I just tried to talk and drink coffee at the same time. I have a lot of energy today. I don't know. I guess I had a good sleep. Weekends are kind of rough because you drink and you don't sleep, and then you wake up on Monday and you're like, good, the world. All right. Okay. So the general review of what we learned from last week and what we're going to go into this week is, you got to practice against people. That's the big thing. Abathur taught us that. Embarrassing. All right. No, I don't. Okay. Voice mod isn't on. That was impromptu. Got to play against people. One. I mean, that's the big thing. That was the big thing. But then this weekend, actually, I was playing and I realized that a lot of the things that I had been practicing were falling off when I started to play. So I think the key takeaway here is like you got to practice specific things and you got to do it in a game. So you can't go into games and then let yourself forget about it. You got to like constantly remind yourself. Like for me, the camera keys is a big one. Like when things get intense, I start dragging the camera to my bases because I know like spatially like, it's just down from there. So I'll just pull it down. But I really need to get that into like stop. Even if you're going to be a second longer or whatever, just stop and press the fucking button and just get that in. And like the Queen hotkey, I think is a really good idea. But it's just about getting it in game scenarios. So that was the lesson there. And I've kind of been deviating from the bronze to GM thing a little bit more as time goes on and like experimenting with a bit more things, paying more attention to my army. But I kind of think that's not a full deviation from the bronze to GM thing because as he gets into plat, as Vibe gets into plat, he's starting to react a lot more and change up compositions and things. So I feel like this is the natural progression. I'm just not sticking as strictly to his thing because it's fun to do other stuff. Today I had a lot of success with getting that early Bane speed and getting the Banes, or not Bane speed, early Ling speed and getting some Lings out on the map. Denying thirds. I'm talking too fast today. Denying bases, getting more information. I like it. I like it a lot. I also one major reason that I've been pulling away from this like super macro reactive defensive style is that I just see that it's not how the game is really played. I get that the idea behind doing it is like you just need your macro to be good. Like that needs to be a foundation no matter what you're doing. So just do that. And he's in Vibe is trying to prove that like that will win you the game, which is right to a point. But I just feel that no one's gonna do this. Isn't how you play, right? You need to be using your lanes. You need to be learning to split your attention. You need to be learning to like get yourself back. Like I was saying with the training thing, right? Like you need to train the thing that you're trying to learn. It was good to do a foundational thing with the macro, but as I watch more games and as I play more games, it just seems like the way the game works is not sit at home. The game works with like sit at home and be out on the map. Fuck with them and stop them fucking with you. There's a lot going on, and I just feel like I should be practicing all of that. So I'm doing it. We were going to do micro school this weekend, but then we didn't because ESL was dope. So maybe this next weekend, or maybe just one night this week, at some point, we'll do a little micro school with Coach Browntown, and we will learn a little bit more about how to handle these Lings and these Banes and maybe some Mutas. There was also talk about dealing with Adepts, but the Adept thing has all of a sudden just become not a big problem because I make these early Lings to deny the third, but I just wait a sec. If I see Adepts coming, okay, Lings stay home, deny the Adepts. The Adepts go home, then go deny the third. I'm sure it's going to fail me at some point in some capacity, like everything always does, because of the rock, paper, scissors nature of these sorts of things, but it's progress. It's one more hurdle on the way to the next league that I now know how to jump over. I still need to successfully jump over it, and there's going to be another one I understand afterwards, but it's one more, and that is good. That's about it. That is about it. This week, I'm just going to keep on playing, but I'm going to try to... It's going to be like my hybrid week. What's that guy who makes the hybrids? I'm going to be like that guy. I should make him a character. Forget his name. Echoey voice, weird, ancient dude. Nerzul or something? That sounds like a WoW person. They all sound the same. Anyway, hybrid, training in games. Like playing as many games as possible, but really focusing on fixing these mechanics, like making the groups that I want to make, using the groups properly, and like really not worrying about the MMR. I think that was like the big reason that I was training in customs, just because I was, afraid of losing. But whatever, right? It doesn't fucking matter. Like 2 months from now, if I lose games now, I'll be in a better place because I was willing to just get the experience. Whereas if I like force myself, like, oh, I made it to Plat 1, I just claw my way up there, and I like just solidifying all these bad habits, you got to pay for that later. So we're not going to do it. We're going to practice. We're going to fix our habits. We're going to play fucking MMR. We're going to play a lot of games. So with that, I bid you adieu, and I'm going to go and play one more game before I go to work. Peace.